4.5 is writing a trig equation from a graph. So this is kind of stuff we've already been doing. It says, write the equation of the trigonometric graph. Looking at this curve, I would want to find the midline. So it looks like -1. I'm assuming there's no horizontal shifts. So let's say this starts at its middle point. So it goes middle, high, middle, low, back to middle, which is a sine. So I'll do y equals, and then I'll have sine. I'm going to leave a space because I have an amplitude. I go from -1 up to 2, which is an amplitude of 3. And then I also have my midline at -1, so I know that that's -1 on the end. So the only thing left that I have is to find what is b. So remember, b is 2 pi divided by whatever the period is from the graph. So this was one cycle. It stopped at 6 pi. Easy enough. Pi's cancel. 2 6 reduces down to 1/3. So it'd be like that. And you could put parentheses around this if you wanted to, or you shouldn't have to. And then number 2 I like because it's multiple choice. Kind of like if you were taking the ACT, you can just rule out things that don't work. So in number 2, I see that they're all cosine. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. So I can't rule out anything that way. I see that the midline is 250. They all have a plus 250 on the end. Can't rule out that. I see the amplitude, so from 250 to 450 is 200. They all have that. But I do see these two have a negative. So let's look. If this is all the cosine, see how it's starting at the low point? Low, middle, high, middle, low. That tells me because it started low instead of up high like normal that it is one of the negatives. So I can cross off these two. The only other thing that's different is the b value. So one cycle of this cosine graph stopped at 40. So my b would be taking 2 pi divided by 40, which reduced to 1/20. So yeah, it should be pi over 20, not pi over 40. So this is my answer.